This is Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, and this is part 2 of my interview with the sex educator Sue Sutherland. And we're going to talk about gender. Now, Sue, I asked you a question, are you bisexual? And you replied...
Pansexual.
And what does pansexual mean?
Well, it's interesting because first of all, so this is about sexuality rather than gender. But basically, if you think about heterosexual, that's if I'm a woman, I like a man, or if I'm a man, I like a woman. You got homosexual means I like people of the same gender as me. Bisexual is like I like both. But pansexual is about regardless of what you've got between your legs, it's actually about my relationship with you. So I don't have a preference when it comes to gender in terms of my sexuality. Am I attracted to the person? Yes or no?
Yeah.
The fact that they're male or female or transsexual or non-binary is irrelevant to me. It's about, am I attracted to this person?
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's what pansexual is.
Oh, I haven't come across it before.
Yeah.
And the word binary that you're using.
So
we've got all these new words that have suddenly arrived.
Well, the thing is, this is the irony. Are they new?
All right, they're fashionable at the moment.
Maybe, yeah. So binary is this notion of it comes from computer programming. 0, 1, 0, 1. Yes, no, black, white. That's binary thinking. There's two choices. Non-binary is saying, and particularly when it comes to gender, is saying I am not male or female. Mm-hmm. I am non-binary. But more than that, non-binary thinking is getting out of the mindset that there are two choices, and that's something that I definitely, that's the way I operate. I always assume there is at least 3 choices to everything, and that actually helps me avoid kind of polarization and duality. Black and white. Well, what if it's all grey? And then in terms of gender, I mean, this is really interesting. I was a tomboy. I grew up in outskirts of Glasgow, and I was a tomboy. And there was this program on in the 70s called Heidi. It was on a TV program.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Girl, really short hair. I was the spitting image of Heidi.
Right.
And I had very short hair. And I had this real thing of, I would get really upset sometimes when I was called Sonny.
Sonny?
Because they would say, how are you doing, Sonny? And they'd be referring to me as a boy.
Yeah.
And sometimes I really liked it.
Did you used to climb trees?
I used to play soldiers.
Oh.
And then there was other times where I'd be referred to as a girl, and I'd be like, ugh. And it's only now I look back that I am this. So another new term for you is gender fluid.
Did you ever want to be a boy?
I thought I was.
Oh, I meant today. Would you dress with a tie and jacket? A bit like Marlene Dietrich, for example.
Well, exactly. So I love that. I love that, and it's something that I found very difficult to do in the surroundings that I'm in. So I've always been one of these things, I've hated it. When you go to a fancy thing and they're like, oh, women have to wear heels and dresses, and I'm like, why? Why do I have to wear sexy underwear? Why do I have to do these gender conforming things, which I don't like? Mm-hmm. Why can't I just be me and wear what I like, when I like, and how I like? Mm-hmm. And so that is another thing. That's that binary thing. Men have to wear the tuxedos. Women have to wear the dresses. And so that's what these words are about.
Not in Brighton, they don't.
Well, exactly, but it's becoming more acceptable. And so this is what this is about. It's about, quite frankly, I mean, the word that springs to mind is it's crazy bullshit. It's nonsense that we are told that because of our bodies, we need to do this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that's that kind of binary thinking. And then throughout I remember, so I was a tomboy, loved it, in Glasgow. Then we moved because of my dad's job when I was 10. And I went to Lancaster and we did the 11 plus. And I was brainy. Mm-hmm. So I got into the girls' grammar school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you hated it.
I hated girls.
Oh.
I used to hang out with boys. I had to wear this 6-score skirt. And it was like I'd been put in prison. And so I've always had these kind of like really strong repulsions to be like put in this box.
In a uniform.
Or to be like branded as that. And it didn't work. It didn't fit. And I'd find resistance, later on. I remember about 4 years ago, somebody said, oh, you should go to the full moon women's dance. It's where all the women dance together. And I'm like, I don't want to be with loads of women. Real resistance. And eventually I went and I loved it. And then I'm in the women's circles and I'm finding people being a bit negative about men. I'm like, don't you talk about the men like that. And I'm finding this bit where I'm like, wherever I go, I kind of find myself being labelled as this and then defending that and da-da-da. And so I really started to understand my gender fluidity.
But would you say you're a feminist?
I think all people should be a feminist.
No, are you?
I am, absolutely. I mean, well, I would probably say I'm a humanist.
A humanist, okay.
I think that all lives matter. And so there's times where there are different aspects of my personality that are at the forefront. And that includes my gender preference. So I see myself as like there's this orchestra, and which part is playing now? Is it the cello or is it the strings? Now the cello could be the manly part. The strings could be the feminine part. But they all have a different play at different times. And when any part of that is suppressed, you don't get the full orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
And the strings get bored of being strings. So that's the kind of way that I think of it, is when I'm allowed to feel masculine, I enjoy my femininity more. When I am made to be feminine, I just want to reject it. Because it's same with, the way I think about it is I think it the same way as food. I like curry and I like chocolate. Don't make me pick one for the rest of my life.
Have a curry chocolate. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, yes.
I like chocolate after curry quite a lot. But the thing is, so it's this thing of I've absolutely gone from living in an or world where it's that or that, that binary world, to being in an and world. And when I can have and, when I can have choice, when I can have agency, I like my surroundings better. I'm more at peace with myself. I feel like I'm being expressed in my whole. I feel less suppressed and oppressed. Yeah. So that's kind of gives you a bit of a potted history of kind of gender and binary, and even the way I feel sexually and romantically about people is I like the variety of people. I like the variety of options. And I remember one time thinking, am I just being greedy? And then I'm like, no, it's everything in moderation. Variety is the spice of life. And that's what makes it beautiful.
Well, we'll continue in part 3. Thank you very much, Susan. Sue, I should say.